All right, so good evening again, class. So again, as I reiterated, that this is our final training session. Now, in our session this evening, we're going to go through the assignment. Where firstly,
Not hearing you, sir.
all right, hold on a second. It's always same as system, same as system. Okay, all right. So we are going to start out. So this is our final session, and we are going to take a quick overview of the assignment, which is Camille Products, SO4. We're also going to look at the SO4A very briefly. I sent you some payroll information. We're going to go through that, and then we will look at the case that you're expected to do. So without any further delay, if you haven't submitted your assignment yet, that is fine, but we are expecting the assignment submissions to be tonight. That's the main reason why I recommended that students who usually come in, the recommendation was here, don't come in tonight, join virtually, because immediately after the session, you can try your best to catch up, or just to do the assignments immediately and go ahead with it. I realize my screen is freezing a bit, so just bear with me a second. See what's happening here. Let me start the video. Let me help a little bit. All right, so I'm hoping y'all are seeing my screen, the SO4.
No, sir.
No.
No.
No, sir.
Interesting. What are you seeing currently?
No, we're seeing it, sir.
We see no farm.
Okay, perfect. All right, so let me begin with that. So the assignment was to do Camille's P24 and also to complete her SO4 form with the respective schedules. So you all have a P24 template that I'm gonna need you all to submit. So here what the submission is. So you're gonna have two sets of submissions that you need to do tonight. One was the assignment from Monday, which is Camille's P24, her SO4 form, and the schedules that go there with. I'm gonna explain it. So I started filling out the top, and I'll explain some of the figures that we have, but you're gonna have to complete it on your own and submit your forms. That's that first assignment. The other one is the case that we should do tonight. So for the case we're going to do tonight, I am going to just go through the payroll. We have the I sent you the SO1 template, which if you watch the video, you'd have seen that it's the same template. And I gave you a little payroll calculator there that you can use to calculate payroll in the different bands. For those below the threshold, those above the threshold, but below the higher threshold, the 30%, and those above the 30%. So I sent you that little basic calculation. So you can see the employee, the employer portion, and then that will assist you in filing, whether it be your SO1 or your SO2. Hold on a second, I'm not sure what's playing on my 1 second here. Let's see what's happening. Just heard something in the background. All right, I think that's that. Okay, I think that's that. All right, so for Camille, the P24, as I said, you all need to complete the P24. For the SO4, you'll start filling it out like this. So even though I'm filling it out, yes, but I want you each student, which is the 18 or the 17 students in the session, to complete their own form, their own schedules, and submit it. So yes, I'm doing a startup for some of the areas. So for example, we are doing for the period January 2024. When we are looking at it, we have to use a drop down in the form. Don't type in the dates because it might not be valid. So use a drop downs in the form. So we're doing it for the period 2024, January 1st, 2024 to December 31st, 2024. All right, so filling it up. The year of assessment, 2024, we have Camille's information. The only thing that wasn't there was an email address. And yes, I made up an email address. You can use chonest@gmail.com. But the telephone number, the business address were all there. The trading name was there. The type of business they were in was also provided. The date of registration would have been the 1st of January, 2024. She's gainfully employed and gainfully occupied. So that would mean that section B would have to be completed. The areas we already completed, but I'm just scanning through the form very quickly. As I said, you're all supposed to do this on your own, but I'm providing some guidance as to some of the numbers. So we had the sales figure, we had our cost of sales, we had our gross profit, we had our business expenses, and then we had our net profit. Now, for the detailed expenses, we need to complete the Schedule 1. You all have the Schedule 1 already. Here is so the Schedule 1, which goes with the SO4, as you'll notice there. So you put in the TRN for Camille business, the year of assessment, the detailed, the various expenses, the cost of sales, the gross sales, opening stock, purchases, closing stock, the various expense lines, and then everything coming back to what you have there, right? So the Schedule 1 must be completed by yourself. Then continue scrolling. We then have our income from employment. She is employed at Dexcom. She's getting 1.5 million gross. Well, I put the NIS. I said we are using 2.5, yeah, no, it's 3%. I will use the right rate for the other payroll cases, all right, which is the one that you have for this session, which is case 36. But this NIS, yes, where that the 2.5 is that what the question ask us. Then you put what is the net taxable, which is backing on the NIS. The other computations you're expected to do. What else did I fill out for you just to give a scan? Things that we had already. The capital allowance was already filled out. So I filled that out. But I want us to get an
Sir, 1 minute.
intimate interaction with these forms. We have the information. Go again, what's that?
The NIS is 3,750 or 37,500.
You're probably right. You're probably right. Probably 37,500. Let me adjust it here. Hold on. Let me adjust that. Yeah, it can be 3,750. 3,750 would be on 100,000. As well, 1.5 would be on like 150,000. So you are correct.
Excuse me, for the
Yeah,
NIS, we're using
if you don't
2.5.
complete Schedule 2, take 2 assets. So the Schedule 2, I need you all to complete that. No? Yeah, there's a question. Question?
I was asking what rate you're using for the NIS.
Yeah, that's what the case said, you know, the same case. It's the same case. That's what was what on case 5. Yes, the 2.5 is what we had on case 5. Case 6 we
Alright,
use the
okay.
3%. But yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah. All right. So for the schedule 2, the capital allowance schedule, you only had 2 assets, but fill them in, put in the figures that you need to have. The TRN, the year of assessment, please fill those out. Now, these assignments are the completion assignment. This is really to assess. Now, there are some students who submitted some assignments. There are some students who submitted no assignment. But in order to show, to reflect that everybody completed this course, then everybody would need to submit these assignments, which is this one, which was from Monday. So maybe you started it, maybe you didn't, but we have until midnight. So the other one that we have today is also going to be an assignment. That's find the SO2 and SO1. I already sent you the case, but I have everyone who wants to pretty much get the certificate say they completed the task course. So even if you didn't do any of the assignments, your grace is that you're expected to do, you must submit these assignments. So I'm expecting 17 or 18 emails. Please don't send one person, please don't send several emails for the assignment. One email that will have all of the assignments. So I can know the student name and I can just do the marking per student, right? So we're gonna fill out these forms. The other form is for the employment tax credit because Camille had employees as well. So for ETC, you're gonna fill out the schedule 7, right? Again, I suspect that this was already your assignment, but if you didn't do it, you can go through it. And this is why I told you tonight's session is not going to be long. I don't want to take up this session because if you haven't done the assignment, give you the time to complete the assignment today. All right. So those are the main figures, I think. So
Could
as
you
the correction,
show me a picture of the SO2 and the P24 farm? Because I was looking for them, but I don't know what they look like, so I couldn't complete it.
the nice figure up here supposed to be 37.
Sorry, I keep breaking off, so I'm not hearing what you said. We're to do the P24 and the SO2? Hello?
I think
Sir
he
dropped
dropped
off,
off. Yeah,
but
that's somebody else,
we're
sir.
supposed to do the P24
Anybody know what the
and the
P24 farm look like at the
SO4.
SO2? Because he didn't show it, so I don't know what it looks like.
He sent a sample SO a sample P24 in the last class that he had his name on it. So there was a sample of it sent in the last class, and we're supposed to do P24 SO4 SO4A.
4A.
What's the figure you guys get for the NIS?
37,500. Sir said that he was going to adjust it.
Okay, thanks.
Is there a blank template for the P24 or we do it in Excel?
I think we have to do it in Excel. There's no
Okay.
blue.
And the SO1 or the SO2, I think it's SO2 we're supposed to do as well.
Oh, we had done that in class.
That is for, oh, so that is the calculation that we prepared.
Yes, when we were in class last on Monday.
So we're supposed to type that up in Excel and give it to him, right?
No, he said that we should do the P24, the SO4, and the SO4E. He did not say anything about the SO2.
Okay. Can you tell me the figures that you guys have for education tax? Because I was rewatching the video and I don't think I have the same thing as him.
Education tax for who?
For Hard Luck and Lucy Charmer.
Where I put that? Education. Education was 39,487.
For hard luck and 52,650 for
52,650.
Lucy.
Right.
Okay, all right. So I have it. Thanks.
Okay.
Hello?
We're here, but sir hasn't returned.
Could you guys give me the figure that you have for payee?
That's the pay for the two employees.
Yeah. I want to know if I'm on the right track here.
It had worked out to be what, 98,705.
For the two of them?
Yeah, together.
All right. So you're going to have say hard luck, who has the 1.8, you're going to minus the NIS and the ed tax and then take the threshold and times that by the payee rate.
You have so much minus. It is the minus the NIS, minus the threshold, minus the NIS.
So the
And
threshold come out before the NIS?
yeah, it come out first.
Okay, okay. So gross, threshold, NIS. Are we going to do 8 tax as well?
No, that's it.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Okay.
All right, so I'm glad you all continued because I don't know what happened. My internet went. So I heard the explanation, and that's wonderful. So that's in terms of, all right, so that's in terms of filling out these forms. So yes, so we want to complete the SO4 with the respective schedules and the P24, right? So in addition to that, let's get into what I sent you for today's session. So for today's session, you'll notice I sent you a payroll template, right?
We're unable to hear you
So I
clearly. You're
had
in
sent
and
you
out.
a payroll template, which is pretty much, I did 6 employees, 6 fictitious employees, and really in that template, really, I just wanted to show you that was below the threshold, two that were other two that passed 6 million per year. We wanted to have that number so that, you know, really not, I don't know.
Something wrong with your internet.
Drop off again. Um, anybody finish filling out the SO4?
Mhm. Definitely not me.
I tried. I filled out most of it.
Okay.
Um,
We're supposed to do like section F and E. Well, E just no loss for her. So
well, E wouldn't have anything.
thing F would have
We're supposed-
anything.
Well, I guess the employment tax credit is there, so we'd have to put that in. So I wanted Sir to go down, to scroll down some more for us to see if we're on the right track as
That's
it
what-
pertains to that.
Oh Lord. Oh, the ETC or the not sheet. Okay. I didn't miss that part. All right. So section F has to fill out, right? I know we should say it. Okay.
Did he send us the schedules, schedule 1 and the other schedules that we need to fill out?
I'm wondering. I can't
Yes, I
remember.
think it came in one of the sessions, but
I'm looking.
I think it's something that probably you'll have to open it in PDF and enter the information manually.
Ah,
Hmm.
okay, thank you.
Lord. Lord help me.
I think I'm going to try to make it quick, but my internet, it keeps going, So the template, just explaining, I sent a payroll template, so you should be able to do your calculations for the payroll. It includes if a person is getting above 6 million per annum, which is 500,000 per month. So you will notice the formulas in the sheet, that template I sent you. You can utilize that to do your payroll calculation. I also sent you a SO1, a template that is usually used to be uploaded for the SO1 filings. The case that you have, case 6, that case, you are expected to do the information required for the SO1 for March 2025, just March, and then the SO2 for the entire year. Now, so based on that, I would like for you, I don't necessarily have to fill out the forms, but I want it to look pretty similar just doing the calculations for each employee. What are the total amounts that will be there for both employer and employee? So for example, employee A, you're going to have the gross salary, you're going to have the TRN, you're going to have the NIS number. Then for NIS, you're going to have both the employee portion and the employer portion. NHT, similarly. PAYE is just employee portion. And the hard figure is going to be the employer portion. So I want you all to do those figures, meaning the total, the amounts that should go in the form to do the calculation. So the case that you have to do is to work out the payroll, the deductions, work it out for the employees, and then the information that you would file for the SO1 for March 2025, you're going to set that out to have all the information required, and then all the information needed for the SO2 for the entire year, then you're also going to do those calculations for me. So you can submit them in Excel, right? I'm not telling you to do any other form where you can submit. Those would have to be submitted in Excel. We have any questions on that? So everybody received the case, right? I hope we have the payroll computation, the SO1 schedule, and the case for tonight's session, because that was what was emailed to everybody.
The case for tonight's session is what we're supposed to submit by midnight?
That is
Or
correct.
the one from
That is correct.
Monday?
The one from Monday is supposed to, both the one from Monday is already due enough. The one that we support that was scheduled with by itself for midnight was this one now. But both, all of it gonna have to be submitted because the one from Monday is overdue. So that's
Okay.
the case we have to submit, okay?
Okay.
Is there any clarification we need? Because I said I don't want to hold up your time because I want the submissions tonight. Is there any clarification we need on the case? Everybody look on the case. We have it open. Have we opened the case? So that I will probably at least want you to open it. I'm afraid of sharing my screen because I don't want the internet to go out. I'm not sure if it's affecting the bandwidth. So I'm keeping the video off and the share screen off as well. But please open the case, ensure that you can scan through the case. If you need any clarification, please ask so that you can go ahead, go straight into it.
Based on the case, the threshold would be 6 million.
No, if you go over 30, if you go over
No,
30
no,
million,
no.
you're 6%. Yeah,
Persons who earn over 6 million a year pay 30% on that excess, you know, on the excess.
So it's basically
Just so
saying
it's
if you earn over 6 million, your pay rate is gonna be 30%, but if it's under,
The
then it's gonna be
difference.
25.
On the difference, right?
yes, on the difference, on the amount that exceeds the 6 million or that exceeds the 500,000 amount, that is correct.
So just to clarify, so tonight we are to submit SO4, SO4A, SO1, and SO2?
That is correct. It sounds like a lot, but that submission, the SO4 and the SO4A should have been submitted already. So I don't want it to seem like I give you poor assignment. This assignment was from Monday.
Sir, the first assignment hard.
Exactly. We're not quite sure. See, we make it sound like it's a walk in the park.
What do you mean it's a walk in the park? We did the
It's
calculation
not
for
a
the
walk in the park.
trade. We did the calculation for the trade. The only calculation needed is Camille's salary. Camille's salary is a one-line calculation. If I give you a payroll template, you can drop her salary that if you wish. But Camille's salary is, the only difference is we are using 2.5%. So if you use that template, you have to just adjust that, the NIS line to the 2.5%. But Camille's salary is a one-minute calculation once you have the template.
Sir,
So once you calculate Camille's salary, then that is what's going to populate the other part to know how much tax is deducted from her already, how much she pay already. So I'm not sure why we make it seem like, oh, I just give this video. It can't work, man. It can't work, man.
No, sir, that's not it. It's section F and
Yes.
section G. That's where I have a discrepancy.
Section F and section G. All right, let me open it. But as I said, You know exactly what you're asking, so that's fine. I'm not going to share the screen.
Sir,
because
can you hear me?
I'm hearing you, but look like I'm going again. You're not hearing me?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm hearing you, but I'm trying to confirm what assignments we need to submit or what forms we need to submit for this evening's assignment.
The homework from Monday is due for submission.
Okay, I'm
And the
sorry, I
homework
did
from
not
Monday
get a
was the
chance to be at
SO4.
Monday's class, so can you
All
repeat?
right, so it's the SO4 and the SO. Yeah, man, but the case 5, the case. So the part of it that was not done was the SO4 and the SO4A.
And the P
So the
Right.
SO4, the
and the
S4A.
P24.
And the P24, correct. Of
Okay,
course, the
so
schedules that go with the SO4 need to be submitted. So schedule 1, schedule 2, schedule 7.
Schedule 1.
Yeah, man, all the schedules that go in the SO4. When you're doing the SO4, it tells you the schedules you need to submit with it. So all the schedules, which is schedule 1, 2, and 7.
Okay, and you said the case that you sent us for tonight's class,
That
you
was,
must also
and
be
plus the
submitting.
case for tonight. So plus the case for tonight. So that one we're talking about were the last 4 items on session 5 case. So tonight is session 6. So the case for tonight is that's what they need to be submitted tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So remember, the whole submission would have been doing the case now and try to complete it before 8:30, everybody. So that's why I'm not sure why we're 6 up. That's why I say I want to end the session as early as possible. Ending it doesn't mean that your session has ended. It just means you're doing the case like what you usually do at this particular point in time. But you said session F and G, right?
Yes, sir.
Section F. All right. So let's talk about section F. Section F basically look at computation of income tax. Okay. Now that computation, if you notice, it's picking up, it says statutory income subject to tax transfer from section D line 9. So you have to look, so your totals, you have to follow the totals. It's just that this, unfortunately, the form, it doesn't automatically fill the totals, but the online portal, it does. But you're just going to have to make sure that the lines are being totaled. So we have statutory income. So when you look at section D, line 9, it's supposed to be adding section D, line 3, less 4, 5, 6, and 7. Right? So you have to have the totals coming up. So once you follow, so I know that's where your easy might be. But just ensure that all your totals keep flowing on each page. And to ensure that you look into each of the columns and see what they say need to be added. For example, so let's start from section B, as I think I showed you up to that point. Section B have summary of income, right? Now, when you look at section B, you're going to see where it's adding some information. There's a line 37, for example, in section B, is adding 28, 31, 34, 35, 36. All right. When you continue, line 45 is looking at 38 to 44. Then when you see now, line 48, it's showing you at section B, line 7, 8, 11, 24, the specific lines. When you look at line 50, it's a add section B, lines 48 and 49. Right? So what happens here, we have to be following what are the lines that are being added. That's just the only little unfortunate thing is that it's not doing it, but it's telling you which lines are added. So when you reach that point, you keep adding these lines because then you see it have section C, it's telling you what lines are added in line 7. Section D now also tell you that, okay, when you have the capital allowance in schedule 2, that is what going to line 1, right? Then the line 3 tell you, says line 1 and 2 you're adding. Then it have NIS paid on self-employment. She didn't pay any, because right, she didn't pay any on self-employment. Allowable loss, she don't have any allowable loss. Contribution to approved retirement scheme, she don't have that. Other donations, she don't have that. So the total deductions you add in line 1 to 7. And then in line 9, is section D, line 3, less 4, 5, 6, and 7. Section E, she don't have any available losses. Then we reach section, yes?
Go ahead,
Should I-
sir. You're fine.
Right. Then we read section F. Section F, listen what section F says. Like section F, they tell you that the first line you must transfer from section B, line 49, if there's anything there. Then it also says, line 2 says transfer from section D, line 9. So it's really the totals keep carrying forward. Now, once you have those totals carried forward, right? What we are going to do here in our form is that we know up to the $1.5 million, because remember now, we're going to just work with the form as is. Up to the 1.5 million, we did for 24. So if you notice, I'm not doing it for 2025 because 2025, that's when the band is split up, right? This is why I chose 24 for this particular form. So you have the 1,000,005, anything up to that, no tax, right? The amount that is above that, and this is what we're splitting here, is what is in the line 2 for section F. So for example, let's say $2 million in there. Then 1.5 out of it is no tax. The other 400,000 is at 25%, right? She didn't, so let's say for argument's sake, she gone past the $6 million. If she gone past the $6 million, then now we're going to deal with the whole 30% ban if she exceed that $6 million, right? So let me see what else. You said what else? Non-refundable. The ETC has to do with the 2 staff that you employ, right? How much you pay. Again, the ETC going to be based on, of course, you notice our chargeable income. You're not going to include the salary part, going to include based on the business part. So you're going to look, you're going to restrict it. And hear what it said? So it says complete schedule 7, and then schedule 7 going to give you the details as to what it's supposed to be. But you're going to make sure, as I said, it don't exceed 30% of what the tax payable would be on that chargeable income. Right? So that's for the ETC part. There's nothing else to fill out other than making sure the totals flow. The PAYE tax deducted by employer. The good thing is none was deducted. I ensure salary was 1.5. Her salary, meaning that her employer, Bexcom, did not have to pay PAYE for her because she was below the threshold. I deliberately did that. I didn't want to mess you up with too many technicalities. So none was deducted there, right, in terms of PAYE. So that's for the PAYE part by her employer. None was deducted because the employer don't know about her business, and the salary was 1.5, so didn't have to take out any PAYE from her salary. No other refundables there. And the education tax, again, is based on what is in the line. So, of course, you'd have to work out how much she paid, but how much she paid, you're not interested in that yet. How much she paid will go in the next section. So, in the section G, you're going to look on section D, line 9, let's section G, line 1 and 2. The good thing is we have nothing in line 1 and 2. So, section D, line 9 figure is what's going to come over. Then the education tax that is payable by her, the rate, if you notice, it says ed tax deducted or paid by employers. That's the employee contribution only. How much she's supposed to pay, supposed to be in the line 4. How much she pay already based on what was deducted from by Bexcom is going to be in the line 5. And then the line 6 is going to be the difference between the total ed tax you're supposed to pay on all income versus subtracting the ed tax that was deducted by Bexcom already. That's what would go in that line. So here what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do, since you're having a little challenge, so ensure
It's
you
just like a course, like poster.
yeah, man, don't worry. So as I said, what I'm going to do is submit the SO, so submit the rest of the case study. So the P24, the SO4, the SO4A, that must be submitted by midnight tonight. And the case study for session 6 that need to be submitted by midnight tomorrow. But I can't go beyond that, right? So these submissions need to be done. So submit this set, ensure you submit all the P24, the SO4, the SO4A with the respective schedules. I'll continuously say with the respective schedules. So for the SO4, they are going to have the SO1, the schedule 1, the schedule 2, the schedule 7. So all respective schedules. all of that must be submitted tonight by midnight. And as I said, for the case, the SO1 and the SO2 that we have for ASL for this case that I have here, please try to submit it by midnight tomorrow, right? So that's pretty much it. But in order to submit, I'll need to start working. Please don't find something else to do, get distracted and wait until midnight and say you can't make it. It is possible to do it in a session because these filings usually do not exceed an hour. We are trained how to do the filings. We have an idea how to go through. It usually doesn't exceed an hour. So please ensure we do our filings or submissions, I mean. So everybody submit the session 5 assignment, which is P24, SO4 with these respective schedules, SO4A by tonight. Also, by tomorrow midnight, ensure you submit the session 6 case study question, all of the requirements, not just the SO1 and the SO2, but there's also some question there. For example, which employee doesn't appear as PAYE and why? What are the implications if they don't submit the SO2 by March 31st, 2026, right? So that information, please ensure you complete all the requirements for the case for Caribbean Tech Solutions Limited. Right, so again, as I said, I'm trying my best to leave you all so that you all get the time to do the case. So I hope we are clear on the requirements now.
Sir, I'm still stuck.
Stuck
The
where?
section F, this net statutory income has to do with both the one from the business and the employment that she was in for 2024?
Correct.
Or it's both of them?
Both, because the head tax going to be on everything and then what you pay from employment, yes. So it's on everything, all chargeable, yes.
Sir, please keep your phone near you because I'm gonna be calling.
Yeah, but remember, I'm 17, so I mean, I think it's easier to work with messages. Yeah, the call is going to be that one person is going to hold up the line.
Okay,
So messages is
no
better.
problem.
Yeah, so messages will be better because one person might hold up the line.
Okay, no, I think.
So my colleague is not on tonight because he's ill. And
Again?
my colleague is
Yeah.
not on tonight because he's ill. So I don't know about tomorrow though either for him because he's out. And I did hear someone say they weren't here last night, so I'm not sure how it works for persons who wouldn't have gotten that information.
All recordings are available. All recordings are available.
Okay, sir.
All right, so.
What is
all right, so y'all get cracking on it.
Sir. Sir?
Yes.
Do you mark a register daily?
I have done it for all the sessions, and that's the reason why the submissions is going to be critical.
Oh, my company was asking about that, sir.
No, I've done it for all sessions, but yeah, that's one of the reasons why these assignment submissions are critical, especially these final two.
A question.
All right, so what I can